Hello PLP Geometry, welcome to video 7B. So hopefully you just finished watching video 7A, and now this is the second video covering the second construction involving segments. So we are still in Unit 1. We are still talking about an intro to geometry. Again, these constructions might be new to you, but they're kind of just reinforcing the terminology we're learning. So this is number 7B. It is again on basic constructions. And again, it's involving a segment. And for this basic construction, we're going to learn how to construct a perpendicular bisector. Right? I believe this was the previous video, video 6 you watched on perpendicular bisectors. So that is our second construction. So I'm going to put a number 2 here because this is the second construction in our list of constructions. So this is the perpendicular bisector. Remember, you can use the shorthand perpendicular symbol, the upside down T, but I'm going to use bisect. I like to really draw a bisector quick. Okay. All right. So again, you will be given a segment to start. So there's my segment AB. We want to create the perpendicular bisector to this segment. So a couple things. Number 1, we want to make a right angle with this segment. And number 2, we want to go through this segment's midpoint. Okay. So step 1 over here. I'm going to use not yellow because it kind of blends in. I'm going to use green. So step 1. Okay. We are going to take segment AB. And we are going to open our compass greater than halfway across AB. So if I think of it like this, so here is my point, there is my pencil. Notice that my middle is somewhere right here. So I'm just a little bit past 1/2. So this width, so the width of that compass needs to be greater than 1/2 the distance from A to B. This is very key. You do not change that setting the entire construction, so keep that in mind. Okay, so now in step 2, what you're going to do is you're going to keep the compass there. So in step 2, you're going to keep the compass there. So let me draw segment AB. I feel like my segment gets bigger and bigger as I go, but it's okay. Again, here is what my compass look like, right? And what we're going to do is you're going to make one big long arc like this. So you're going to drag your compass down, and you're going to drag your compass up to make one big long arc like that. Okay, then in step 3, and again, I might run out of space, I might have to erase some things. So in step 3, so right now we have segment AB, and again, I'm just drawing it so you see what we're going to add, and you already have this big arc. So now you're going to take the compass, you're going to now put the point on B, again, same setting, and now you're going to draw a second arc that's going to intersect that first arc in 2 places. So it's going to go all the way down here and all the way up here. And you get these 2 intersection points. I'm going to call the bottom one here E. I'm going to call the top one here F. So to save ourselves some writing, so the 4th step in this, and I'll do it in red, is going to be to draw the line. I apologize. To be consistent, let's put S1 for step 1, just for consistency's sake, S2 for step 2, S3 for step 3, and S4 for step 4. So now I'm going to connect E and F with my straight edge. So you would just draw a line. That's step 4. And then step 5, which I will get, I'm going to erase steps 1 and 2. Hopefully you have that copied down already. Step 5, you're done. You have what you want. And we'll talk about the geometric significance of that. So in step 5, so you now have segment AB. You now have this line EF going through. F was up here. E was down here. And again, what you've done is you've gone through the segment's midpoint. So those are congruent. And you've made a right angle. So if I call that midpoint point M, again, you know that line EF is the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Remember, that does not work both ways. You now know that each of those 4 angles, and I'll use angle FMB because that's the angle labeled as a right angle. Angle FMB is a right angle. I will use the angle symbol for angle. And because you go through the midpoint, you know that segment AM is congruent to segment MB. And that's the bisector part. So all these things you know because you did this construction. Okay, and that gets us to step 5. So sorry, step 5. All right, so let's actually do it, and then we'll be done with this video. And again, you'll have to do this as well. Okay. So here you go. Okay, so we need to use the compass and straight edge to construct the perpendicular bisector to BC. Your final answer should be exactly 1 line. Okay, not a line segment, so keep that in mind. So BC is here. So first thing, grab the compass. Open it more than halfway. So drag more than halfway. Okay, we're going to make a big arc. Here to here. Make it bigger than you think. So you don't have to redo it. Okay. Then we're going to take the center that's at B. We're going to drag it to where point C is. Make another big arc intersecting the big arc in 2 places. We're good. We have our 2 intersection points. Grab your line tool. You're going to now connect the intersection point above the segment to the intersection point below the segment, and there is your line. Click submit. Yes, and we are done. Okay? Best of luck to you when you do it yourself on Delta Math.